Alex, that same question is like, what is America's interest in this? So I would still look at the US as ally to these Arab countries. I know Scott would disagree, and one could just debate how that alliance looks like, who's doing right by who and wrong by who. I think alliances can be complex, but I think Scott makes a very good point. Like, you don't do this to an ally. Why did the US green light this, in your opinion? These are peace negotiators, and if Trump really wants an end to the war, could this be maybe, is it possible that these peace negotiators could be an obstacle to peace? They're not accepting peace, so the US and Israel twisting their arm, or it could be something more sinister.
All right, so the question is, why did America conspire with Israel to attack Qatar and attempt to assassinate these peace negotiators between Hamas and Israel? Because Israel was supposed to be there. And I'll answer the question. The reason, and it is true that America does not stand to gain anything from thwarting efforts to negotiate a ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. America does not benefit from that. So then why would America greenlight and condone Israel's attack on Qatar? And I'll just say bluntly, it's because there are traitors in the US government that are loyal to Israel and not to the United States of America. And the liberals are going to call me anti Semitic for saying this, and I don't care. These traitors are Jews. These traitors are Jews who are loyal to the foreign government of Israel, and they are nationalistic and have a profound emotional interaction with Israel. That is the country that they are loyal to, just like Ben Jew Pirro, just like David Jew Man, and all the rest of these Jews on the left. They're all loyal to Israel, and they are willing to undermine America's interests in order to pursue Israel's interests. That's the reason. Now, yes, there are even some genocidal Jews in Israel that oppose the Bibi Netanyahu government. But that means very little. They don't have any sympathy or pity or any of that towards the Palestinian people, let alone Hamas. They hate Hamas. They want to kill Hamas. They want to kill every single Hamasian on the planet. I don't even care if that's a word or not. They want to kill them all. That's how these genocidal Jews think. And they are in positions of power and influence in America, including in positions of power and influence in the American government. But not only that, they have leverage over the non Jews in positions of power and influence in America, including the government, by using blackmail and bribery. So that's why you have these non Jew Zionists like Lindsey Graham, who is a homosexual that gets fucked up his asshole, apparently, because that was leaked recently. So he likes getting fucked up the ass, and he also likes never ending wars in the Middle East because he's getting paid by Jews in order to support America fighting the wars of Israel for it, because they know Jews understand that they are too weak to fight their own wars, so they need a much more powerful bully to fight their wars for them. That is the reason. And unfortunately, Scott Ritter and this other guy, who I don't know who he is, but he seems to be fairly competent, but yet they can't blame it on Jews because they're going to be called anti-Semitic, which I'm sure they have been called anti-Semitic plenty of times. Uh, who cares? Who cares? Let them call you anti-Semitic. They're going to call you anti-Semitic anyway. Okay, these Jews are pieces of shit who are traitors to America, and I have no sympathy or pity for them. Okay, they're criminals, and we need to call them for we need to call them out. Okay, you heard of the overused term "elephant in the room"? That is what this is. Okay, we all know that that's what this is. When you have traitors in your own government that are acting acting in the interests of a foreign government at the expense of your own government, that's how you know that they are traitors. And we need to call out these traitors for what they are. And a person's Jewish identity is predictive of their feelings, loyalty, sympathy for Israel, this foreign country which is not the United States of America. Doesn't need to be. I know liberals are going to be, oh, there's so many Jews that hate Israel. First of all, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. There are some Jews that oppose genocide. But even those Jews that oppose genocide, most of them are still Zionists that support Israel. They just want Israel to reform, or they oppose the Bibi Netanyahu government, which, by the way, David Jewman, David Pacman, David A. Pacman, he's one of those. He doesn't support the Bibi Netanyahu government, but he still supports Israel, and he supports Israel's genocide of Gaza. He just doesn't like the Bibi government. That's it. Yes, it's actually true that there are Zionists that can oppose genocide. Bernie Sanders is another one. Bernie Sanders is a left-wing Jew, a left-wing Jewish Zionist to be precise. He's just a Zionist on the left. That's it, but he's still a Zionist. He's still a traitor to America. So we can't trust these people, and I don't trust these people. And you need to call them out. Okay, that's the only way you can make sense out of this stuff. Like this guy in the middle, this Mario Narfal guy, whoever the fuck he is, he just doesn't understand it. Yeah, because no one explained. I don't even know if he might be a Jew, he might not be a Jew. I don't fucking know because you can't tell based upon physical characteristics, despite what Jews would have you believe. But the point is that he doesn't understand it because he refuses to accept the fact that Jews are, by and large, overwhelmingly nationalistic and loyal to Israel, and that makes them traitors. And the ones who aren't should renounce their Jewish identity because Jewish identity is a social construct and it's a choice, and it is an ideological identity. It always was. See you guys later.